Only one kind of work I understand, and that is doing good to others. All else is doing evil. I therefore prostrate myself before the Lord Buddha. Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda served as one of the most inspiring intellectual forever behind the Indian freedom struggle. He was looked up to as a source of motivational by great leaders such as Aurobindo Ghosh, Hemchandra Ghosh, Mahatma Gandhi and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Swami Vivekananda was one of the India's greatest spiritual leaders and a revered figure in the Indian history and culture. Swami Vivekananda strived to inculcate national consciousness among the people. His message was universal and was based on rationality and the rightness. It was a message that appealed to the people of the all classes, castes and creeds. In fact, Swami Vivekananda's birthday on 12th January is celebrated as National Youth Day every year. On this day, his memorable call to war is remembered. Swami Vivekananda thought deeply about education and what is meant for the Indian society. He conceived education as the primary means of rebuilding Indian society. For him, education meant secular learning that built the character and instilled human values in students. His ideas were based on the value-based education. Thus, in today's world, especially with the grave pandemic situation, the education system should move beyond information provision to adequately emphasize on building core values. The corporate sectors and the various organizations across the length and the breadth of the country, moreover at the local levels, should spread the message of Swami Vivekananda far and wide. Swami Vivekananda traveled extensively as a monk. His period of meditation at the Kanyakumari is immortalized by the famous rock named after him. Swamiji started his Desh Bhraman from Somnath with the goals to counter the disbelief in religion, inculcate Atam Gaurav and stress on the uniqueness of Indian culture. The mission of Swami Vivekananda was to abolish differences of caste and creed and work for progress of the country. Swami Vivekananda is considered as one of India's earliest cultural ambassadors. Swamiji's famous speech on 11 September 1893 at the World Parliament of Religions in Chicago was a signing moment in Indian cultural history. He left a legacy in the area of creation of an individual and a nation. He himself was much more than being just an individual. Rather, he represents the ethos of the Indian nations. There are many facts to his personality that need to see the light of the day. Swami Vivekananda's impact on Indian national movement has been recorded by the nationalists themselves. Gandhiji, in fact, tried to meet him when he was visiting Calcutta for his first Congress session held in that city in 1901. In this autobiography, Gandhi noted that in his enthusiasm, he almost walked all the way to Belurmat. He was very moved by the sight but was disappointed to know that Swamiji was in Calcutta then and was very ill and unable to receive the visitors. This was probably sometimes in early 1902. Swamiji would pass away in a few months. Mahatma Gandhi attended the birthday anniversary celebration of Swami Vivekananda at Belurmat. He was requested to give a speech and he spoke in Hindi. Among other things, he said that he bore great respect for the late Swami Vivekananda. He had studied many of his books and said that his ideals agreed in many respects with that great man. If Vivekananda were alive, it would have been a great help for their national awakening. However, his spirit was amongst them and that they should do their best to establish Swaraj. He said that they should learn to love their country before anything else and they should be one of mine. Elsewhere, Gandhiji has recorded how he was one with the Swamiji in his sympathy for the poor masses of India who have been suppressed by their own privileged brothers. It was Swami Vivekananda who reminded us that the upper classes had suppressed a portion of themselves and had thereby been depressed themselves. You cannot lower the member of your own species without lowering yourselves. There were many other nationalist leaders who were influenced by Vivekananda. We also see that his influence on the different people had been varied and multidimensional. It covered social, political as well as spiritual domains, but in some was national in character in as much as it inspired them to live and die for India. In 1897, Swamiji said, "For the next 50 years, this alone shall be our keynote. This our great mother India." And exactly after 50 years, India gained independence.